I was tickled and tired.
That's good to be tickled. Tired comes after.
So you was tickled last night.
Tickled.
Who tickled you?
The weed.
Like Tickle Me Elmo? Like you was tickled like that?
Mm-mm. The
You
weed
sure?
tickled me.
The weed tickled you.
Tickled me.
Mm-hmm.
Right in my lungs.
Is that the start? Is that how we're gonna kick off this episode talking about tickling?
No.
So,
So I will, like, a second ago, I was like, I'm going to wait till the podcast to say this. So, I got some type of neurological disorder in my hands, like the arthritis, and it turns into some other shit. They think it's nerve damage. I go see a neurologist. They do a whole bunch of tests. They like stick all these pins in me into the nerves and then like electroshock to see how the nerves respond. And the doctor knows there's something wrong, but he won't tell me. He's like, I sent the results to your primary. So now I got to go make another appointment with the primary to find out what the doctor already knows. So I called my doctor and I'm like, hey, I need to make an appointment. They're like, we're only taking video appointments right now. And I was like, okay. They're like, do you have FaceTime or Android? I'm like, I got an Apple. They're like, okay, we'll set you for 10:30. Like, how the fuck are you supposed to like get diagnosed properly over an iPhone? I mean, like seriously, like think about it.
That's not even HIPAA compliant. FaceTime?
Yeah.
It's
FaceTime.
encrypted. It's encrypted end to end though.
Well,
It's not a HIPAA compliant software though. It's not.
Oh, it's not like
yeah.
certified.
yeah, but regardless, like say my temperature was high, my heart rate was irregular. They always check my weight, so I got to see how many more pounds I put on. Like, but they do this shit in kilograms, so it's like, I'm only like 87 or like
Right.
I'm not 190 pounds.
They're so sneaky. For
But
what?
I'm like, all right, so you're gonna sit there, you're gonna tell me my results over FaceTime. I'm gonna pay you a copay because I know you're still gonna get paid. You're not doing this shit for free. But how the fuck do you really know what's wrong with me over iPhone? Like they don't even send you
that's
like.
how they get you to buy the Apple Watch. It's a hustle.
because your general health is fine.
How do they know
literally
that?
a follow-up. Well, I mean, it's as fine as it would be if you
No,
had
but
an
he's saying they're
annual
taking
checkup.
all appointments via.
They're not doing any in-house consultations. Like you can't go into a doctor's
Oh,
office
yeah. If
for
I
an
was having my
appointment.
annual, you going to see me because I need all that shit.
I was telling the dude, I'm like, yo, so now they got to do physicals over the phone, right? So the
so does that mean I got to play?
so
your own hand.
the doctor's gonna get you to put your testicles on your phone screen and tell you to cough, and then he's gonna tell you to check your ear.
Wow.
Right.
So can we get a
afterward.
discount then?
We shouldn't have to pay for that shit at all.
We should not.
Like I completely am not okay with paying a doctor to do shit over the phone, especially because I know I have issues. And I'm, what do they call it? A hypochondriac. Like every time something's wrong with me, I'm like, that's why the fuck I have health insurance, right?
Right.
The government mandates I have health insurance. I'm taking my ass to the fucking doctor. But then it's like, I can't now. Like I literally have, like, then I was thinking, all right, so my I don't see a doctor in the office. I see a physician assistant. The one doctor, he's the pimp. He's got his 3, broads working for him in the
His
office.
bottom hose who actually see all the patients.
So you rarely see him.
Yeah.
And so it's like, all right, so do I have to like dress up to, like when I go to the doctor, I put on pants and shit when I go into the office. But when I'm home, like I barely wear underwear. So like when I do the FaceTime with her, like, do I have to put on clothes if I'm
You
in the
keep
comfort
it-
of my own home?
You keep
Because
it
she's a doctor. She
quarantine
sees it.
casual, which is business up top and party at the bottom. Just don't ever stand up in the middle of a Zoom call.
I have a button-up shirt and I have the camera like sitting like right below my waist. But if she smiles at me and I like get hard and they start picking up for the bottom of the camera, like you look like you want to say something, but you ain't said nothing yet.
I did because it's a whole lot going on in my head right now.
But like this is the new norm. Like I feel like she should pay me for like an OnlyFans subscription if she's going to see me at my house.
Yeah, she should pay you instead.
Yeah, right?
I mean, I can't really
Because
relate.
she's got the option to see me naked. I know I'm not going to see her naked, but there's a chance I could be naked. You know what I mean?
I can't relate. Here in Orlando, they some no limit soldiers. Ain't nobody wearing masks. The doctor's office slam open. Like they just don't even care. So But my primary care doctor is a friend of the family anyway, so.
So wait a minute. Does this now mean like doctors are the same thing as cam girls online? You pay them to spend like some time with you and talk to you,
but
and
that's
hopefully
what I
make
was
you
saying.
feel good.
But now I got the new business venture.
Okay, only doctors.com.
Free mammograms. Like, I know we always joke about it. Like, hey, you know, you can't give a mammogram over an iPhone visit. So
you
like,
want them
if
to
you
sandwich their titties on the phone.
but you can't do it. I mean, unless you got one of those foldable like Samsung screens that can go one on each breast at the same
Oh
time,
my God.
there's no way you can actually do it. But if we're walking the streets and be like, have you had a mammogram recently? Of course you have it because your doctor's not taking patients right now. Let me check for you.
So you're saying now's the time to start the female body inspectors.
Now is the time to get into that street gynecologist work.
Street gynecologist.
As a woman, I don't think that's going to really work. And as somebody who practices healthcare over the internet, there are a lot of barriers and obstacles, but it's possible.
Did you practice over the internet before all the virus stuff?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because our profession had something in place way back years ago for this, for teletherapy.
Like my dreams are being crushed right now. Like I was like, oh, I'm about to make $100,000 a
That's what
year
intelligence does.
out there. Damn.
Got him.
I'm being schooled. And with that, I want to welcome everybody to another episode of the Two Dab Crew presents the Powder Room podcast. I'm your boy Powder. I'm here with Andre and Ergov.
Yo.
We have a special guest for the second time, but to the listeners, it's the first time because the first podcast accidentally got deleted because of the iPad. But now we're recording off a brand new iBook or MacBook.
iMac. Actually, those are MacBooks.
Man said
Apple
iMac. How old are we?
I went old school with you.
The
super old.
MacBook Pro I had to buy myself because none of the listeners donated to the GoFundMe. So fuck you guys. Much love for you not donating to me. I know you clicked on the shit and this was like fuck it. But go ahead, reintroduce yourself to our listeners who don't know you yet.
Well, I'm Amanda, and I do practice in the healthcare field as a therapist, and I do life coaching and motivational speaking, whatever. So yeah, I'm here.
Why did you laugh at that?
Because there's one consistent thing. Anyone who practices like speech or speech coaching or like professional speaking, as soon as they're not in that environment, they can't talk for shit and just be slurring. They be slurring their words, saying the wrong thing. And it's just like, you know what? My brain's off right now. I ain't doing this.
I mean, like LeBron James. LeBron James could sit there and play 3 quarters, but when the 4th quarter comes around, he's just like, non-existent.
I'm done.
Well, listen, they in the finals, so
All right.
there you go.
Give it up to LeBron James and the Lakers.
Thank you.
But I'm
Put
running.
some respect on
I'm
it.
almost going to run a trifecta this weekend. The Hurricanes won. The Dolphins won. Believe it or not. And the Heat played tonight against the Celtics. So if I can get 3 wins this week,
Well,
I'll be good. I'm going to make the money back that I'm losing from starting my mammogram profession. That obviously is going to be a bust. But I will say, if anybody needs a mammogram, you know,
We don't even like mammograms.
If I can't do it, I know Andre can take care of it.
We're gonna market it as a gentler mammogram.
I have a genuine question.
Gentler,
like,
nah.
No, you
What-
just
we
feel
gotta get
around
thorough.
the breast in a circular motion. We can do that ourselves.
We are giving those thorough mammograms. I'm talking about from left to right, all up in that. We need to check every spot. We need to make sure it ain't no cancer because we don't like things that start with C's.
And we have sensitive equipment.
Men do get
The
breast
human
cancer,
tongue
too.
Yeah.
Is amazing at detecting stuff like that.
That's why we got Andre. Right? The 3 C's we don't like: corona, cancer, and cunts. Right?
That's a powerful statement, sir.
It's a powerful but true statement.
I remember when I tried to make that word, like, I was like, yo, I'm going to
You're
twist
gonna
it.
normalize the word
I'm going to
cunt?
normalize the word, and I'm going to make it positive. So I was like, yo, man, this shit's cuntastic. And they're like, what the fuck? That's a nasty word. Don't say it. I'm like, but if we keep thinking it's nasty, it's going to continue to be nasty. It's like the word bitch. When I grew up, if you called a chick a bitch, it was all hell was going to break loose. Now they're calling themselves bitches. It's like, it's all good.
No, it ain't, because you still can't call us a bitch.
I don't.
Don't do it because I got in trouble. I accidentally called her a bitch one time and she let me have it.
I don't. But what I'm saying is that it's been normalized for the most part. Of getting anybody with, you know, respect for themselves will still be like, you know, don't call me that, or it's in a certain aspect. It's like the N-word, like, you know, like.
So why do you think
there's
it
a
has
right
been normalized?
Because people are slowly digressing in intelligence over the years.
Interesting.
You know, they lose respect for themselves and like what's important, and like that's what it'll bring me into my dear crew. I guess we'll just jump into that right away.
Are we starting with the Dear Crew? We
We're
don't
gonna
want to talk about the bullshit we've done in the week so far?
No, we'll start with the dear crew because this brings a tip.
Okay.
So I was talking to my man at work about like respect and then relationships and stuff, because I saw this weird shit on Facebook. It was a dude. He was like, if a chick ain't sucking your dick and doing all this, then you need to stop buying her dinner, right? So then I guess his picture had his 2 daughters in the background. So a chick responded and was like, well, I guess you teach your daughters to suck dick for dinner.
Hey,
Right?
fair assessment.
Uh-huh.
So it was like, then it showed the picture of him blocking her. So she could've- like, you know, he was like, son, he was like, oh shit. But then my dude, he was like, you know, why you think that's like that? I'm like, well, think about your grandparents, right? Your grandparents married, and regardless of what happened, they stayed together, right? And then think of your parents. The marriage success rate wasn't as high. And now you look at the new generation, they don't even really think about marriage, or they get married like super early, which usually ends in a divorce anyway. So he was going back and forth, and he was saying a lot of it's due to cheating. I was like, well, everybody cheats. He was like, but men cheat more than women because it's harder for a woman to cheat than a man.
I argue.
No, it's just harder to get caught.
So I was like,
That's
I
what
was
I
like,
think.
that's a fucking lie. It's easier for a woman to cheat than a man, because a woman could open her legs and basically anybody gonna run up in there, unless you know there's obviously some pH balance issues. It even did. But even did, some dudes. I mean, look. I mean,
I'm dead.
listen. When you were 18 and you was watching porn, they wasn't eating booty. Now, like when you look at the pornos, that you look at the
As a connoisseur, I will say the volume of booty eating has gone up since the 90s.
The grocery eating is increased.
But even how much more do you see women eating dudes' booties? Like it's
That's
how.
gotten super normalized in like the last 10 years.
Yeah, but that's completely off topic.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, like,
Jesus.
like for a dude, right? If you're in a relationship and you want to cheat, right? You there's so many hurdles you got to go through. You got to work for it. Because like you could walk up to any chick and be like, yo, I got a dick, and they'll be like, so what?
Yeah,
You
but
know?
if a chick walk up to a guy and be all like,
I got some wop, you're gonna be like, well, I got 20 minutes.
right.
So why do you think most men cheat? Is it out of convenience, like, or do they actually go look for people to cheat with?
I want to say I think people cheat because of what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say like feelings, like kind of you know, like you lose touch. You know, like say you're in a relationship and everything's great and you always have that connection, then you may not feel the need to cheat. But when you lose
There's
that
a
connection,
value there. That's why.
when you lose that connection or somebody doesn't value you at that point, then you start thinking maybe I could do better, you know, but I'm comfortable, so I'm not going to really try something. But if I could get away with it, then I'm going to get away with it. And it just like, it runs and it starts to become like a mound, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger as time goes on. And then I think, you know, it just happens.
I had to acknowledge that, you know, when we're talking about these things, I can't really say why a man cheat, and I'm not, you know, I don't know exactly but I can tell you why I don't cheat, and that's because there's a certain sense of pride I get in being able to control myself, control my behavior, and be in control of my impulses, and not fall into something that might just be something temporary fix, and it could wreck something that might be, special for me down the road. So I abstain because I get satisfaction.
I don't cheat because I've been cheating on it. That shit hurts.
Right.
Especially when you emotionally invest yourself into something that, it's like, all right, I'm going to be a good person in this relationship. And then somebody, pulls a flip on you and you're like, I was an idiot, But then how much longer do you do that until, you become heartless?
So the truth is, everybody cheats for the same reason they do everything else. There is something that they want that they currently do not have. You can break that into 6 million different reasons, but ultimately it's, hey, maybe they're not satisfied sexually. Maybe they're not satisfied emotionally, and that's what they're going out there looking for. Either way, there's something that they want that they don't feel that they're getting right now. Maybe it's even the thrill and excitement that they slept with someone else while they had a partner. That thrill and excitement is something they didn't have.
I think all of that is just a response to the values. Like, he said he doesn't cheat because of the pride that he gets. So that's a value. He values himself. You don't cheat because it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
It hurt you, so you don't want to hurt anyone else. You value yourself. Mm-hmm. I don't cheat because I value myself. Regardless of if the relationship is something that I want at the time or I don't, if my relationship is going the way that I want it to, or if he cheats on me, I don't cheat because I value myself.
Well, we're not talking about reasons not to cheat. We're just saying what drives someone to cheat.
Well, but I
usually
think
it's going to be
if you don't value yourself, then you will cheat.
What is wanting
to
fulfill a desire?
There is no position you could put me in that would cause me to cheat because I won't do that. So it's people who cheat. They cheat because they don't value themselves the way that they should.
I'm going to disagree with that because whether or not you cheat, that's a separate issue. It's what drives those feelings of, hey, this is a thing that I'm going to think about.
The lack of value for yourself.
Just think like...
I can see both sides because it depends on what you're defining as cheating as well. If you are polyamorous, for instance, and everybody knows what the situation is, then it's not cheating. And again, you can be with more than one person. But if you have a committed relationship and you guys have agreed that this is what it is and that is your conviction, then, like she says, you're not respecting yourself by going against what your conviction is.
But
Be committed to somebody.
You're jumping too far ahead, though.
I want to pop a sidebar in there. So is cheating the issue, or is the issue of a committed relationship the issue? Because hear me out before you go.
Okay.
Whatever you believe in, history and evolution of the human being, whether it was Adam and Eve, or, evolution or what, when people were created, right? You were created with the lust to want. You were created with, feelings and stuff like that, but you weren't created with a priest. The idea of marriage and all that came from a human being. It didn't come from your natural values. If you look at any animal, basically in the whole kingdom, there's no animals.
Penguins. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay.
There's other ones.
There's a couple that they mate, like they have a soul bond, but then they still engage in activities with other, whatever.
Yeah.
So what is the real issue? Is the issue that we're supposed to be committed to one person, or is the issue that we've lost track of what actually, life is supposed to give?
I have a tainted view. I feel you're setting yourself up for failure if you think one person can be your everything. That's denial. Like, that's impossible.
You have to be your everything. That's not impossible.
Right. But you can't expect one other person to be
You should never expect another person to be that.
Right.
But
that's what a lot of people think a monogamous relationship is. A lot of people have that misconception.
Well, that's why you get to know people, so you can expect them to be who they are.
Right. But so that was to answer your first question of your second question of, are you setting yourself up for failure? I think yes.
Because I don't get like the whole thing when it comes to it, because I can never look back at my sexual history and point the finger at like one partner that was like, you know, like, oh, I could do that for the rest of my life. You know, like it's always a different experience as you move on.
Right. And you
know?
change and grow with all the experience that you gain.
But that's
along
what I'm
the way.
saying. So like your experience here may be today, but it's not tomorrow.
Right.
Because just like life evolves, so do you. Like growing up, you know, you may want titties. Then, you know, mid-life, you might want ass. And then, you know, now you may want your ass licked. You know, and some people may not be down to that. And some people want to experiment more and some people don't. You know, it doesn't mean you can't be committed to somebody, you know, emotionally and still have like a physical lust experience with somebody else.
But why
we as people say you can't.
Well, that's
right?
why you go back to defining what cheating is with your partner. If you say, hey, I'm at this place in my life where I want to explore and you're not wanting to explore, then just one or two things are going to happen. You're going to agree to pursue that.
Could you be in a relationship with another person and agree to have different sexual partners, but stay emotionally committed to a person? If
you're talking about me personally, or
because you're saying that when you start a relationship, you sit there and talk back and forth, right? So say you find a female and she enlightens your brain to a sense of, you know, this is the one, but she says, hey, listen, I like to, you know, engage in these activities. She goes to the dungeon.
I don't know if I'm necessarily built like that, but you know,
but would you be okay with it though?
If I wasn't, then we just couldn't be together.
But that's what he's asking.
That's what I'm asking. So the female came up to you.
Currently, no, because I'm not built like that. But you know, who knows?
But some people are.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like just because you engage in sexual activities doesn't mean you're still not committed to a person. But did human beings at some point? Because I believe, like in my head, I believe like the Bible and all that. Although a lot of the stories may be true, I believe in the Book of Eli theory. Please
enlighten me on this. I have no idea what you're talking about.
You seen Book of Eli?
Yes.
I have.
So remember Book of Eli? The guy was like, he needed that book because the people will follow you with that word.
Mm-hmm.
So like, here's the word that I preach. This came from the Lord Almighty. You have to do this. And just as the elections have proved to us, people will follow, you know, regardless if it's the right thing or not. People will follow when you speak the right words to them and say the right things.
That's because the Bible reflects humanity and you're speaking to humans.
Yeah. The Bible was written by man. Mm-hmm. It wasn't written. It's the stories of, you know, a lot of these things, and there are a lot of great values in there. But it was still written by a man.
Mediocre values.
Well, we know where your values lie.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't be able to buy some dude's daughter for 2 goats.
Just kidding.
Well, I'm just, you know, in general, like
there's a lot of stuff in there, man. Like not just
like
the nice.
Elijah,
okay, so I take. Let me take the Bible off of it and let me use the current presidential situation.
Oh man!
Right?
Let's go back to the Bible. Let's go back to the Bible.
No, I'm not getting involved in the politics.
Right.
But I'm just saying you can promise people certain things, regardless if you're actually going to promote them, actually do them, or anything, and they will follow with the intent that you are speaking the truth.
Right.
Right? Because 4 years ago, when Trump told people he was going to build a wall to block out Mexico and do all this stuff, there were people that actually agreed with it and was like, I'm going to vote for him because he could build a wall.
Right.
The wall has not existed since. And if you actually thought about it, it didn't make much sense that it was actually going to happen.
But he appealed to the people who are going to vote for him.
But exactly. But that's what I'm saying. So you speak a certain thing and you get people to follow. So if back in the day, if I had influence and I was like, hey, you shouldn't do this because it's wrong, and the majority of people follow me, now it becomes a staple rule. So did human society itself hundreds of years ago set rules in place that really maybe we weren't supposed to follow?
Yeah.
Because you can go back to anything. Slavery. There's a whole bunch of things like women's rights.
Right.
Anything like that, like 100, 200 years ago, You don't have the right to vote. You don't have the right to make a decision. You don't have the right to drink from the same water fountain as certain people. Like all these things were set in place by rules, and people followed it because they thought it was law.
Slavery used to be a thing. Hey, I conquered you, so I guess you're my slave now. Women used to lead. You know, this whole women aren't on equal footing. That's new. Slaves being specifically of an ethnicity. That's because of their ethnicity versus
branding.
That's new. All of that is new. Some aspects of it existed before, but the way we know it now, all of that is new, shaped by individuals. Which, you know what? Let me get off this soapbox. I'm sorry. Let's get back to the original Dear Crew.
Okay, what I was saying was maybe human beings aren't meant to be with one sexual partner. You can have an emotional connection with somebody, but I mean, look at the king and queen. The king and queen used to be committed to each other, but he would have all types of,
Concubine.
concubine,
bed wenches and shit like that. It didn't mean he wasn't still emotionally faithful to his queen. You know, he had certain physical lust that he had to get out with the wenches. Right?
Sure.
I'm just saying. And then nowadays we say, you can't do this, it's cheating. But is it really cheating, or are we set up for failure because we forgot, so much and some?
We're trying to adhere to ridiculous norms
exactly
that aren't really subscribed to humanity as we are as people in our natural state.
And I think it's starting to come back with the generation after millennials. They're just out there just. It's almost like the hippies again.
Artificial intelligence.
It's almost like the hippies. It's like free love all over again.
It's not free love. It's just it's understanding your personal needs. Like going back to your example of, hey, our grandparents. Yes, he beat the crap out of her every day and all this other stuff, and she stayed married because that's just what you did. Our parents, he beat the crap out of her every other day, and she stayed most of the time, but some of them left. Our generation, some of them still stay out of some unknown reason. I don't understand.
But we're exposed to more too. Every generation has been exposed to more.
Right. And the more of us are realizing that's not an okay thing. It's not of a standard thing. Now they don't put up for that. They don't really put up with that at all. And there's less and less of that stuff, which is just us getting to a point of being, hey, what are my own personal needs for me to be happy? And that's what I'm going to do, which is why I say, cheating starts with you wanting something. It is the reason you do everything. You take a piss because your body feels you need to take a piss. You drink water because you need to hydrate because you drink too much alcohol.
That's not a want.
Yeah.
If you don't piss, you will die.
No, you'll get a bacterial infection.
Right.
You will die.
No, you'll eventually.
So if you're in a relationship that's not fulfilling and you decide that you want to go and look elsewhere, who are you cheating on?
Then you're cheating if it was not agreed to that, or if you agreed to be in a monogamous relationship, the split second you were like, this ain't working out, maybe I should look around. Before you even do anything, when you were at the I'm going to look around, the cheating has begun.
Because you haven't communicated that to the
person. But when you're
right.
But if you do communicate that and you go off and you find you explore, then you're not cheating. That's
if you saying. Well, it depends what kind of agreement you come to with your partner. Because if your partner's like, well, I'm not okay with that, and if you do this, then that's going to hurt me, and I don't know about our relationship, and you go do it, cheating. If your partner's all like, you know what, I kind of feel you, I'm feeling the same way. Okay, let's kind of see what's going on.
But this brings me back.
Not really cheating.
This brings me back to the old time message, right? Mm-hmm. So I use this with everybody. Has anybody listened to that song about pina coladas?
If you like, yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Have you really listened to it?
Yeah, there's some weird lyrics.
All right. So in the whole aspect of that song is the dude is with his girl, right? They're not getting along anymore. So he puts out a personal ad. And it's basically a personal ad. It's like, if you like pina coladas, blah, blah, blah. So somebody answers the personal ad. Yeah. Right? Because this is before Craigslist and Tinder and all that shit. So if you wanted to cheat on your broad, you had to actually pay for a newspaper ad.
You had to put in some effort, not just swiping on your phone.
Yeah, dudes was out there heavy. They was out there like needed carpenter, needed extra ass. Side chick needed. So in the song, Dude agrees to meet up with the chick. He goes to the bar to meet the chick. It's his chick.
Right.
They was both trying to cheat on each other and realized that they was there. And I don't know where I was going with that, but I just wanted to put that out there as a message. Right? That people have been, the whole theory of it is there, you know, and people lust for different things, but.
Well, that's see in that song though, but that's two people rediscovering what they love about each other. And like, it's kind of a fucked up way, but that should be a conversation. Hey, this ain't working for me. What's not working for me? This is what's not working for me.
But
you need to start shaving your armpits.
But again, like to me,
no, I'm talking to you, Powder. You need to start shaving your armpits.
I did today. You want to see?
Yes.
Okay.
But cheating means that you are breaking a rule, essentially.
But what is the rule?
Right.
Like that's what I'm trying to get at is that
it's like when you're playing cards.
Is having multiple sexual partners a rule?
Depending on your relationship with said partner.
So if I were to say, for example, right, I got one girl I take out to dinner and I wine and dine her. That's my girl. But then it was like I got 3 other chicks over here that I just, you know, it's just fun.
As long as they all know what the situation is, like, and understand.
No, I get that. Okay. I mean, because again, we live in an age now where, you know, all this is happening, but at the same time, like society is so sensitive. Everything you do is like, you know, you got to watch it. I mean, you know, Nick Cannon just lost almost all his things because of things he says. People get participation trophies. If you look at me the wrong way, it's me too. But then we're also desensitive at the same time because we walk around again calling each other bitches. You know, you got you got words and stuff that you know, like you wouldn't discuss in public being used freely. So how do you say that we're a better generation because, you know, we have all these different rules and then at the same time you're breaking every value you stand for?
Because those values aren't necessarily our values.
Exactly. So with that aspect inside, why can't you have multiple sexual partners but only be emotionally committed?
You already know I'm a firm believer in that you can have multiple sexual partners.
It can be a possible thing, but like, it's just communication is key. Everybody's different. Everybody needs different things. Everybody has different things that will hurt them, won't hurt them, whatever. You communicate that.
So this brought me to a second topic, was a threesome, right? Because I was sitting there, like we were talking about this, and I was like, you know, you can have multiple. I was like, yo, I can't imagine a threesome. Like I get anxiety when I think about a threesome.
I kind of do too.
That sounds fun to me.
Oh shit!
Yeah, well, that's what most people say, right? Yo, it sounds fun, and you hear people talk about it. It's amazing, and it's like this. But to me, my anxiety would stem from I'm obviously committed to one of them, maybe, you know, depending on the situation. You never know, you know. And it's like, do I ever hurt the other one's feelings if I'm feeling too much this way? Like if you go too left, you're supposed to go right. You know, this one here, this one there. I get too excited. I pop off quick and I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Did they both looking at me like
there's so much pressure.
That's what you got. 36 seconds. Like yo.
Well, why don't you just have a threesome with 2 women that you're not committed with?
Right.
But what happens when you're already like committed to somebody? Again, like once if you were 20 years old, you found the love of your life, right? And you hadn't experienced any of these things, and they're not down with it. Do you forego the emotional connection you have with somebody for physical attraction?
But that's when you become an adult. You have the conversation with the individual. And then if they say, no, I'm not okay with this, you then weigh part of your personal happiness. Because if someone's happiness isn't rooted in a single thing, you root your happiness or part of your happiness against that emotional relationship with that person. And you make a choice.
Or you cheat.
or you cheat and become a scumbag stereotype. Yes.
But is it a scumbag stereotype?
If you're hurting somebody, it's a scumbag thing.
Well, I think your responsibility is to yourself and to your own happiness. So then are you cheating on yourself in that regard?
Are you cheating yourself out of an experience in life? If you have 24 hours to live, what are you going to do? People say, we talked about that last episode. We're like, I'd go rob a bank. I'd set up a GTA heist in real life, but nobody said,
I'd become a supervillain.
Nobody was like, I'd go have a threesome. Right? I go participate in an orgy.
Is something you can do, like.
But you have 24 hours to live. How many threesomes have you been in?
Like one.
Wow. I've had none. You?
None.
I'm not going to ask the lady. I'm going to be polite. we're going to move on from that one.
See, that's a double standard. I've had one.
I was just being respectful. I'm not like the millennials that lost all their values.
So you respect the women, but not the men?
No, not these two clowns.
I'm a clown now. I'm here to entertain. I can't do
look at the fucking shirt you're wearing.
I love this shirt
because you're a clown.
Oh,
I think it's a joyful shirt.
Thank you.
So
it's very Floridian.
There you go.
So threesome I couldn't do. Threesome I could not imagine. I mean, 2 dudes and a chick, definitely not with. And I think we got on the topics. I was like telling my dude, I was like, yo, you ever done the Eiffel Tower? He was like, what's the Eiffel Tower? And I'm trying to explain to him. He wasn't like getting it, so I did kind of like demonstrate to him. So I'm like,
how do you not understand the Eiffel Tower?
Exactly.
It's a fairly simple concept.
He wasn't getting it though. He's Haitian. Like, I don't think he's ever seen
Haitian.
It. Yeah, but he never saw the Eiffel Tower.
Oh.
I have.
He
twice,
has it.
I don't get it.
He didn't get the
okay,
shape.
so the way it works.
I get the shape, and I understand, like, but with 3 people, I'm lost.
So she forms the base, and the 2 dudes form the side.
Basically, it's a dude on each side.
Yeah.
And then what they do is they reach their hands up and they touch.
They're so close. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's what I was like. I was like, yo, if I made contact with another man, I'm sorry. Like, if I sound any way, I'm sorry. But if I made contact with another male during sexual intercourse, I would lose it. I'd
be a little freeing.
Yeah, I'm good.
Wound up kind of tight there, huh, Powder?
So I would literally I would flip out. That's why I don't.
You touch my penis, sir.
I don't put myself in that situation. But some people like it. It's not for me. And like I said, two chicks at me. They would have to be both of them. I don't know. And I would have to take my dude Johnny Pool's mentality, and I have to be paying him to leave afterwards.
You never played sports, did you?
No.
Yeah.
So when I was in PE in 6th grade, right? Remember, I hadn't been in a full school for a whole year, until 5th grade. So
right.
6th grade, I was in middle school, first time. It was my first time basically being out on my own because, I kept moving from foster homes and shit, so I never actually was in school. So we had to go to PE, and you had to dress out every day. Mm-hmm. And the dudes, they would like dress out, and they would be like they were getting a little, friendly in the locker room. It was just uncomfortable for me. So like I wouldn't dress out. And the PE coach was like, you're not going to dress out? I'm like, no. He's like, you're going to fail. I'm like, then I'm going to fail. Like, and I used to walk around with a backpack and jeans on. While everybody was playing sports, I'd be out there just doing what I got to do. It was what it was.
I think our therapist is taking notes. She's going to unwind you because you wound tightly, brother.
Listen, I'm sorry. I'm Jim Jones. I'm a product of my environment, man. Between that and the kids in middle school who used to like look at people's like dicks in the urinals, like I'm very closeted. Like I'm to myself. Like my junk is my junk. You don't need to see it.
But you'll proclaim that shit to the heavens, huh?
Listen, like just because I was blessed don't mean I can't express my blessings. Jesus. If God blessed you with whatever, you go, hey, I was blessed, man. I'm telling you that so you believe in God.
I'm King Ding-a-ling, but you got to take my word for it.
You want to see it?
No. I'm just saying.
You got to go. Hold on. Good time for our first break to visit our website, www.onlygiraffes.com.
I love it.
I'm going to get one on the Cardi B video where the dude, where she got painted with the animal print on her. I'm gonna have somebody paint my dick like a giraffe, and I'm gonna put a little head on the top of it so you can see. Oh my God. Just for you, so that you want to see my dick so bad.
I feel like we got far away from this Dear Crew original question.
We're far removed from
we all up in some got an issue. He got an issue because he's standing up for the middle-sized man. More power to you, regular dude.
Oh, we finna go 10 more rounds, brother.
No.
Okay.
All right.
So what was? Let's get back.
The whole topic was the dude that I was talking to was like, he thinks it's harder for a woman to cheat than a man because a woman gets emotionally involved versus a man. And I was like, that's complete bullshit because most of the time in relationships, I'm the one that's emotionally attached over the female.
So we fixing to hit one of our favorite topics. Tell him to go listen to R. Kelly with a woman's fed up. They can cut emotions off like that.
I was like, I completely disagree. I think it's easier for a woman to cheat than a man. Like I don't think emotions got anything to do with it. No. If you cheat, it's usually because of lust. You know, it doesn't matter if you was getting it good at home. The minute you see something else that entices you, you're not going to find only one woman in life beautiful. You're going to find a bunch of them. You know?
Yeah, Lil Wayne said.
I mean, just check out the Elite Photos page. You're going to find a ton of beautiful women.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So you're going to sit there and be like, I got to pick one. You ever gone to a buffet? You ever sat there and be like, yo, what the fuck do I grab first? You never go straight to the same shit and only put one thing on your plate. You're like, I want a little of this, or I'm going to mix these two together and see what this going to come up with.
One thing consistent, though. You always got to have that bomb-ass salad.
Mm-hmm. I ain't having no salad to go to a buffet.
Yeah, you got to have that bomb-ass salad.
But anyway.
I think society makes it easier for women to cheat on men. But I agree that generally, in our generation, women usually are more emotionally invested in relationships. But now I'm not really seeing that. It's kind of like equal. It's an equal playing field. The men are responding to the women and the women are responding to the men. And that's why we got city girls.
Just I can't believe you brought it back to city girls.
Beautiful. I'll tell you, the person to blame for all of this shit,
oh God,
everything is Juvenile. If he never made that back that ass up video, like none of this shit would be possible.
But look at all the people who followed him.
Exactly.
But they were following him because it was already in them. They was ready to back it up.
They was ready to back that thing
it definitely must be a New Orleans thing. I don't know.
You like they say, you can't corrupt the willing.
This is true.
Well, they say you can't rape the willing either, but a lot of people still screaming me too on that.
I ain't gonna touch that.
I'm not with a 10-foot pole.
Listen, you promised me a Lamborghini. It didn't happen. Me too. What?
Again.
Listen. It's not just female that get me too'd, all right? Men get me too'd also.
Yeah, but we don't talk about that. No one talks about that.
Yeah, because
we should talk about that.
Men hide their feelings versus. I was having that conversation with I having a dude at work. His uncle just passed away, and he wasn't talking to anybody. I was like, yeah, like he's not going to because he's a man. Like we're like predetermined not to be emotional.
So how do we respond to your emotions and your feelings if you don't share them?
I'm emotional.
But I'm saying in general.
Especially after I'm drinking. I get super emotional. I mean, besides the weekend that Bernie's dancing that I do, like, Jesus. I get super emotional.
We do get super emotional when we drink. Sometimes we end up in the backyard and just be crying like little girls.
Yeah.
That's good.
I don't know nothing about that.
I thought I was the only one.
Oh yeah, they're so
that
cute.
Get drunk. Do you cry when you drink, or you cry all the time?
I cry all the time.
Damn. You guys just need some healthy emotional outlets.
I'd be watching Pokemon if something happened. Like the first movie when the two Pokemon are fighting and Ash runs in the middle to stop them both. He gets turned into stone. Like my eyes be watering up for that shit.
Exactly.
It's like fuck, man.
You put water in that thing. It's okay.
I'm in tune. I'm a secret soul. Like people don't know. Like not a lot of people are enlightened like me. That's why every breath I take, I take a look up for my blessings that God gave me, and then the other blessings that you still want to see. Mm. Damn, I'm rolling today.
I love our ability to like intertwine just like deep thought with like 12-year-old childish humor. And just seamlessly weave them together to create this beautiful content for our beautiful listeners at home.
Yeah, I'm on it. So, one thing I wrote down was it was funny because it ties into all this like millennial cheating shit. Is Cardi B and Offset getting divorced? right?
Already?
Yeah, because I saw this meme and it was like where she puts that she was like, I don't cook, I don't clean, but I still got that ring, and it was like, now you got divorced. Like, yeah, you got it at first, but how far does it go?
Who asked for the divorce?
Who cares?
I think she did.
Who cares?
Listen. She did?
Yes.
Who cares though? I mean, like, who thought that relationship was gonna last?
I don't know why people like that get into a monogamous
Why is it a
relationship
problem
anyway.
when a divorce doesn't last? I've been divorced twice. I ain't got no shame. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm not saying
It just didn't
anything. I'm
work
just
out.
saying that, like for her, she was putting out like, like she was big, she got all this, and she didn't have to do any of that. And then, here it is that you get divorced. It's just it's ironic.
I want to know what led to the divorce. That is what I'm interested in.
Probably Offset was cheating on her.
All
again.
the stuff we've been talking about. Not
You
being
know?
fulfilled in their relationship, valuing one another or themselves. And
Do we do what? Hold on.
And cheating.
Yo, interns,
Cheating.
do you know why they got divorced?
Do I know why they got divorced?
Yeah, why they get divorced?
I think I know why they got divorced.
Why they get divorced?
I think Offset just don't know how to act. And he pulled that whole little stunt coming on stage after her performance, I think it was like last year, when he first got caught up in some shit.
Yeah, I remember that
And
shit.
Oh.
that shit, well, I said, she better not take his ass back. And she took his ass back, and he still cut the fuck up. And she probably just said, you know what, fuck it. I'm not going to deal with it. I'd rather just...
See, this is what I was talking about, setting yourself up for failure, right? Like, how you going to get into a relationship with a specific type of dude? That's like saying, hey, I'm going to go date a basketball star and not expect him
So-
to fuck
okay.
bitches while he's out on the road.
So a female perspective at this point, right? Dude wants to date you.
Mhm,
He's got 3 kids from 3 different women.
mhm.
Do you still give him the chance?
Do I still give him
Yeah,
a chance?
like
Absolutely not.
Guy comes up to you.
I love it.
she just like was like,
But that's
No,
That's great.
Well, that Offset got 3 different kids.
That's a pattern of behavior.
Yeah, but
Red
exact-
flag.
but
Duh,
that's what
no.
that's what I'm saying.
Not
like,
about that.
who
But
ex-
she might have been about that.
But
I'm not about
who
that.
expected anything differently when Offset got 3 different kids from 3 different baby moms, and now he got 4?
Right.
Like,
Pattern.
do you think that she was with him because he was with her when she wasn't shit? Hmm?
I don't know, but you're right. Like,
Because before Bodak Yellow, she was a figment. That
But that doesn't mean she wasn't always going to be here. Come get on the mic.
you just flip that one around.
right.
There you go.
here we go. We got.
I'm gonna let you know right now. Cardi kind of already had her stature and stability before she even got with Offset. Offset wanted her, and that was way before Bodak Yellow. Listen
Okay.
to lick, my nigga. Gangsta Bitch Volume 1.
All right, so there we go. I'm corrected. So Offset definitely. If he was after her, then that's even worse for Cardi. Because she saw, I mean,
Yeah, you go swimming and expect not to get wet. Like, come on.
Well, we live and we learn. And that's what Cardi is doing.
okay, so flip side to the
And she's still young as fuck. So give the woman her. She's not even 25 yet.
listen, I don't take
She's really not 25 yet?
I don't take
Oh, she was
nothing
old.
from Cardi. Cardi got an
She's
amazing
still in
career.
Didn't she just meet with Joe Biden and all them? She
Look,
She up
I didn't take nothing from Cardi. I just said, like, who didn't expect this, like, to be the outcome? That's all I'm saying.
Let's be honest. Like,
it's-
anytime celebrities get married, most people are putting them on the clock, which is.
I mean, Brad Pitt been married like 4 times already.
Will and Jada in there hanging in there though, ain't they?
I think
The
it's just all
entanglements and
part of the
everything.
entertainment.
That's a damn lie.
Who? What's the lie?
Everything y'all talking about is a lie.
What's the lie?
How you gonna walk away
Like-
from the mic then?
All of it's a lie. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go back and correct myself. Cardi B's not even 30 yet. She's actually 27. Sorry, excuse me.
Listen, Cardi B gonna have a long, prosperous career in front of her. Like, again, nothing against her. I'm just saying, like when those two got together, I was like, all right, they're probably not gonna last. That's like George Clooney with whatever woman he's with. Probably not gonna last.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt and whoever is flame, probably not gonna last.
Well, he put like his relationships last a while.
Who?
Brad Pitt.
Well, I think it's because celebrity to celebrity is not gonna last. Because I think you got too many people like trying to break you apart. Like everybody's born with a hater gene, whether you want to say it or not.
Crabs in a bucket.
Well, I'll say I hate.
like
I'm a proud hater.
I don't
Yeah.
know about everybody. I love me too much to hate on anybody else.
well, you're one
You're
of the select.
evolved though. Like you
Just
on
think,
that therapist
just
joint.
think, just think about every person at the supermarket that when they got that little like tabloid shit in the front, and it's like these people are going through drama. And people are, oh, what are they going through? Like they just want to know.
And
then
they
always
almost like they enjoy it.
yeah, and it's prejudice because you don't even have the sides of the story. You just got whatever the hell TMZ is telling you, or Inquirer, or whatever the fuck. Instead of sitting there and be like, it's none of my business what goes on in a relationship.
Exactly.
Will and Jada, if they wanted a threesome with Alcina, more power to them. Who are we to judge what they do in their relationship? If they committed and that's what they do, that's what they do. It's none of my business. Now I got to start listening to his catalog again and be like, what songs did
It's
he
my
like?
business.
Like,
It's super my business. If they decide that they're gonna stay in a relationship, but they're gonna have an open relationship, I'm gonna be in them DMs and I'm gonna be hitting her up and just being all like,
oh,
Yeah.
you going after Jada Pinkett?
"Yeah, of course."
Not with that shirt.
So, she'll love this shirt. She ain't never seen drip like this before.
I think the only
She
place
sure haven't.
the only place you're gonna get attention in that outfit is like at a Russian bathhouse, maybe. Yeah.
I
Why
think we
y'all
would just
hating
have
on
to
my drip
describe what he has
Yo,
going
drip,
on.
boy, that drip coming off the roof.
This is
That's
a
rainwater.
baseball team
That shit look
mesh
Like, that shit look like remember
button
them
down.
remember them old crayons you had as a kid?
This man said drip.
Like the 8-pack of crayons. Like if
Where did
that
you
shit got
even get
splashed
that
with some
from?
water on a baseball jersey, that's what
I
that shit
think,
looked like.
It's like a black and white cuff. It looks like it's
Is
from
that- is
another
that-
shirt.
even
It
a
doesn't even
shirt?
work
Wait,
with the
is
blue and the yellow.
What?
This is like brown right here. I don't even know where you find this shit. from.
That's a Target shirt.
right.
And then,
That's Target.
and then, his pants don't even match.
What? I can't. Camouflage goes with
Listen.
everything. I don't know about this shirt.
But-
Exactly.
Listen.
He found the one thing camo don't even go with and put them together.
the most visible shirt ever with the camo that you can't see.
My man looked like the
Yeah.
autistic crossing guard at elementary school.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna give him 2 glow sticks. He goes be doing the little dance this way with a stop sign.
All right.
All right, let's.
Are we sure we want to do a roasting episode? Because I could kill y'all quick.
Man, listen, my roast is impeccable.
So
We don't want to do that.
Oh, that sounds fun.
yeah, we've been talking about that, like doing a roast where we put either pictures or movie on and then just critique the fuck out
Or
of
video, viral video.
But again, that brings up my point of everybody got the hater gene in them at some point.
Right.
Listen, I learned how to roast out of necessity. I used to get roasted, and so you're
You
gonna
should-
be the roaster or the roastee.
I think my anxiety that I have comes from being a child, of everybody having no fucking sympathy for one another. Remember when they used to make fun of you at school? Like
Yes.
they used to call you butter teeth because you could like scrape the shit off of your teeth,
Yeah.
or they would make fun of you if you had on like
Sorry,
tidy
they called you
whities.
all those things?
No, they didn't. I would hide from people, so like nobody would ever pick on me. Like it was hard enough being the only white kid in the school, but having more issues, I was like, fuck it. Like,
I was tall, so I was whooping people. Nobody tried me.
no.
They didn't try us because we rolled in a group. Me and my cousin and the rest of us, we was out roasting.
Mm-hmm.
One of them jumped on, the other one was gonna jump on. They didn't want roasting from 5 different folks.
I was the weird white kid with the big ass backpack with the high school books in middle school. Like the backpack was like fucking 25 pounds because I had all these like advanced
You needed to
gifted
get a roller
books.
backpack.
Oh yeah, right. It
That's
was,
super target. You'd
Yo,
be the target
I
so
was
fast.
already the target because I was the only kid in school with no Sauconys or Hush Puppies. I never had a Dickie set. I never had a Dickie set. I had no Jordans. I was wearing Janko jeans and some Skechers. So like not only did I look different, but I was dressed different too. So like I had to avoid when shit came around, I had to hit the corners quick. I had to get to class.
Bro.
And then on top of that, I was in the smart classes. So like, gifted programs in an inner city school, not many kids in there. So it's like, oh, you the white kid, you the smart one. I wasn't smart because I was smart. I was smart because I was white.
As they say in my hometown, Potang. Potang.
Oh. But I tell you, like, just all that shit that it's embedded in me. Like, I won't leave the house without like making sure like I'm to the point. Remember that one night we got drunk on South Beach? I threw up. I threw up all over the place, and I refused to do anything else until somebody gave me a napkin to wipe my face. Like, even though I was fucked up, I was like, I'm not leaving. I'm not fucking moving until I get a napkin.
Well,
I'm gonna wipe my face.
I'm
not wiping. I'm not moving until I wipe my face because I ain't having nobody making fun of me for shit.
Wow. My mom.
But let somebody come out with vomit on them, we gonna roast them.
I wasn't traumatized by school. I was traumatized by my mom. She would, oh my, we'd get whoopings if we didn't iron our clothes. She's like, you're not finna go out here looking like that. Get in there and iron your clothes. Look like somebody.
Most people don't know how to iron clothes now.
I know it's bad. And I'm
What's
old
an
enough.
iron?
I'm gonna date myself. Back in the day, when you had to put the creases in the pants and everything with the starch, my ironing game was strong, son. Now we don't do creases though, only in slacks.
Everybody give a silence because I wasn't paying attention to the fucking word he said.
I just never iron creases in my pants. Like,
Yeah, I was
I mean,
always against that.
I can't
I
do
was
it.
used to wear JNCOs, so
Look, I can't iron creases in my pants because I'm meticulous again. Where
Yeah, it's never the
it's got
same.
if it's not like on the fucking middle, if
Right.
it's curved a little, no, fuck that.
And see,
Thank
I
you.
can do
Nope.
that.
And then how far up do you go? Do you go all the way up?
You do.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, but then what happens is I end up putting a crease in my pants and they come up and like line up to my balls, and then like it's like if everybody's supposed to look there.
But see, you didn't do it right.
What do you mean? That's
You
what,
didn't
that
iron
was
the
my
crease
whole
right.
thing. I
We
want
are
everybody to look
completely
at my
off
balls.
topic
super off topic.
with the
Listen,
creases.
listen. Make creases great again. That's all I'm saying.
Oh Jesus!
Shit, we need to make doctor's visits great again. What happened to like getting the nurse that's only been there 2 weeks to grab your balls and cough?
Right.
You're
That's the most
only one
action
going
I've
through
seen
that,
all
buddy.
year.
Yeah.
No, he ain't the only one. It's
Well,
a lot
you're
of
not-
people.
If I'm
going
paying
through that.
$25 for a copay, goddamn it, I want my balls grabbed.
Okay.
Hey, we've
got it.
heard it.
Hey,
he
listen.
wants his balls grabbed. I
Yeah,
guess.
fuck, man.
You
You don't get
that,
tired of grabbing your
Ergo?
own balls?
Never got tired of grabbing my own balls. No. It's a different experience every time.
Either you don't do it enough or you love your balls. One of the two.
I love my balls.
All right, topics. What'd you do this week?
Ooh,
You.
I fucking worked, man.
Oh damn. So did I.
Listen, I just want to say
I
this.
think we all did.
Episode 20 is next week, right? Not only will we be on IG Live, we've been practicing with it today. It's going to work. We'll post a date and a time for the IG Live. We're going to stream. If you want to watch and interact, you can interact with us. It's episode 20. It's a big deal. I don't know about y'all, but between all the shit I've got invested here, like we got to turn a profit at some point.
So should we sell out and then start doing like NordVPN affiliate stuff? Just like, or we'll get a real beard company and we'll go with Dollar Shave Club as a sponsor.
Listen, if you ain't got enough viewers for South Beach, you ain't got enough for Dollar Shave.
I'll go get us a Dollar Shave Club.
Listen, I'm telling you, I'm getting desperate. I'm real desperate at this point to get viewers for the podcast. I've actually thought about starting an OnlyFans page and putting the link to the damn podcast on my dick.
Does it command that much attention?
That was a joke, but I just
Yeah,
every time I say that, I look right at him.
Bro, I was judging you. I really was.
I say I'm about to start an OnlyFans page. His face lights up. You sit there and stare at me.
I'm trying to figure out.
And you try to find the logic behind it.
Right, because like she said, like,
I'm
do you
just
think
trying to
your
figure
dick's
out if
gonna
it'll
get
work.
more attention than the podcast? Because if that's the case, I say we abandon this and we just focus 100% on
Oh my God.
OnlyFans.
Look, bright idea. We have a nude podcast.
Fuck no.
I mean, obviously,
I'm not participating in that one.
Veto.
We could do a new podcast, just not here because we can't all sit naked on the white couch.
That's true. That is very true.
Somebody here gonna leave a spot.
I'm done.
I don't know who it is.
It won't be me.
I'll let y'all figure that out. Anybody got anything else?
That's it. That's it.
Is there anything else after this?
This has been like not a train wreck. This has been a mild pile up on I-95 of a podcast.
Why though? You said
I think we need to summarize. We need to go back, reflect on the whole purpose that we
got
Yeah,
off track with
podcast
the
for that.
Dear Crew. This all started because you wanted to start with Dear Crew.
look, but it's a good Dear Crew. It gets people to think outside of the
You blow
box.
on your load too early. You got to tease it up a little bit.
But it's a topic that people are going to sit there and talk about with themselves later on. Like,
Right.
do I really need to be in a committed relationship? Do I really only have to have one sexual partner? You know, is this really for me? You know, there's going to be a lot of dudes and chicks out there with a stick and a bandana tied with their shit walking down the street later on because they're like, fuck it, I'm done. You know, because you got to actually think, do you do these things because it's just programmed into you to do it, or you do it because it's actually a value?
It's absolutely programmed, but that's why we have to have our values first.
But
you gotta
that's
be rooted
why
in
everybody
those
has to
things.
self-reflect and sit there and say,
Absolutely.
you know, am I with this?
Self-reflection.
How many people are stuck in a relationship because it's convenient?
Tons, thousands, millions.
How many people?
Billions.
How many people don't want to be alone, so they're in a relationship?
Oh, yeah.
How many
Even
people
more.
settle to be abused because they don't think they could do any better? You know, because we all have these predetermined values of this is what you're supposed to do. You know, when you were a kid, you're supposed to grow up, meet somebody, get married, and have kids. That's what they tell you.
Mhm.
The government even wants you to get married because they sit there and give you a tax break if you're married.
I'll marry you for a tax break, and I'll adopt one. I'll adopt a kid.
But again,
For the tax
marriage
break.
went from something that people wanted to do to feeling like it's a necessity. You know, let me marry someone and
I
go buy a
think
house.
people felt like it was a necessity then, like they had to be married to do certain things, like it was something that was required in society, or if they weren't, then they
Well,
were kind of
it-
yeah, you
it
outside
was.
that
You were a
norm.
social pariah. If you were
Yeah.
a woman, a spinster. If you were a woman who was of a certain age and you weren't married, everyone would be all like, "What's wrong with her? Is she secretly like a lesbian?"
But people had to get married because until 1908, women didn't even have rights.
Well, that's false.
So-
they had rights, and then dudes decided to take away said rights, and then that's how they had no rights. But for a long time before that, they had rights.
So in a society where you weren't going to be treated as an equal and you weren't going to, you know, have a job and be able to sustain and have the means for yourself to have livelihood, you had to get married. You were forced
Right.
to.
Right.
You know, now in an age where, you know, the theory of equality is there, although it's not, you know, you have to sit there and say, you know, is marriage still a thing? Or can I just, you know, be committed to somebody emotionally and then, you know, go to the dungeon every Friday night?
I think we should just look back at the Bible. I can afford like 6 goats, which is 3 wives, which is good enough to cook, clean, and lay. So I think we just should turn to the Bible.
I think we need to challenge society, because when you're rooted in something, in yourself, and you're grounded in your own values and how you see the world and how you want to be, then you won't be so caught up in the judgments that other people place on you. And you'll challenge those things that don't fit into who you are and where you're going.
Damn, that's
Better
deep.
say that shit.
That was too deep for this podcast. Can you dumb that down or
No.
goofify it a little
No,
bit?
that was good. That was good.
But it's the truth. I mean, like you're not supposed to hold a value because somebody tells you it's a value. You know, you should hold the value because you see the value in it. You know?
Absolutely.
But there are too many people that just follow trends. You know, is a Rolex really worth $20,000, or because so many people have it in a video, now you got to have a Rolex? What makes a Lamborghini worth what you pay for versus something else?
And why
There's
do
a
you
lot
place
of
so much
quality
value on
engineering
I
having
was
that
just gonna
goes
say,
into a Lamborghini.
yeah, them hand built. So
Like,
yeah,
there's
some expensive labor involved with that.
That's a bad example. Don't use that example.
Yeah.
I'll fight you on that example
Me
all
too.
day.
Yeah, but I mean,
But the point is why you place so much value in having that material thing.
Because everything else is so cheaply made in comparison.
Okay, but again,
But it works. I drive a Nissan Altima. I'm good.
You know the value of a Lamborghini for your own personal aspect, but how many people out there drive a Lamborghini because it's just an expensive car?
Tons of them, and I hate them all.
Most of them, probably.
You know how
Well,
how many people out there, you know, stand in line for Jordans or video graphics cards?
Super valid point, because you'd never catch me. Obviously, you'll never catch me waiting in line
I
to buy
didn't
some
say
Jordans.
you, but I'm saying that there's so many people who just out there just to get things.
True.
You know, the only reason a brand is popular is because somebody made it that way, right? Louis Vuitton is canvas. It's coated canvas. It's $3,000, right? You have it on your waist. Why? I mean, T.I. put a post out. He was like, people need to stop buying like all this bullshit and start buying shit that matters, like property and land,
Right.
and investing in businesses. Versus, you got $3,000. I'm gonna go buy a new Louis bag. I'm gonna go buy a Michael Kors purse. I'm gonna go buy like we put values on these materials. Don't fucking look at me.
Where your Louis bag?
Listen,
at?
I don't got a Louis bag on me today. I got a Millions hoodie. All right, Millions.
Well, I think we should
I'm not
just
in the
spend
Armani exchange over there.
we
you
should
know,
spend our
Millions.
resources on things that add value to our lives.
Exactly.
Not just
But
materialistic.
But before you can do that, you have to know what values your life.
Exactly. That's
So,
the key. So
you
you got
know-
to self-reflect.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Didn't we do that like an episode ago? We talked about self-reflecting. You're sitting
No.
there like, oh, this is a cluster of a podcast. But now you have to determine whether you should shop at Target anymore because
Right,
that shirt.
because I'm self-reflecting, and I still love this shirt. So
But
I
not,
love that you love the shirt,
thank you.
and so it doesn't
Thank
bother
you.
me.
I love
would-
that you love the shirt, but I don't love the shirt.
Thank you for loving the shirt, sir.
Listen, if he wants to look like a Cabana boy in the Love Boat, more power to him.
Oh, I think I look a little worse than the Cabana Boat. Love, like, yeah. I've messed up words.
Yeah.
So
It's
It's an
again,
objective of yours, I guess.
reflecting on the topic, you know, again, the whole thing was, is it easier for a woman to cheat than a man? I don't think so. I think, you know, people cheat. It's equal playing ground. I think it's easier for a woman to find a sexual partner than a man. Because again, like I could walk the street right now and I could run up to 20 chicks and be like, hey, what's up? Like, you want to do something? And they're all probably going to look at me weird. I might get pepper sprayed too.
At least you can say hello to them. I walk up and they'll just be all like, police. So,
But I think most men cheat because there's an option to cheat available to them. If there wasn't any option to cheat available to them, most of them wouldn't go out and make themselves available for those things.
is that secretly why
Yeah, but,
prostitution is illegal so men don't cheat?
But for a woman, she can go and find things to entertain herself. I think it's a little bit different. Women can, like you said, we can go out and just walk around in a cute dress and people will come and solicit us. It's different.
Yeah. Remember, when's the last time you've been in a cute dress and somebody solicited you?
That's what I'm saying.
Last week.
Oh, the dresses be giving you a breeze though.
Like,
Especially when you commando.
That black dress had me looking on point.
crazy thing is, like, it's plausible.
There's no cross-dressing in this.
I believe he'd be out there in a dress, especially with Hamburger Mary's right down the way.
I'm gonna let y'all put on the dresses.
They got amateur night on Thursdays. Like, you never know.
Hey man, whatever I got to do to start this comedy career,
Wow, whatever.
whatever I got to do.
That's how a lot
I'm
of
talking Weinstein level. Whatever I got to do to start this comedy career.
Listen,
I was
That-
just going
I gotta say-
I was like, you finna get Harvey Weinstein. But he's okay with it. So, hey.
There are plenty of
You
women
like it,
in
I love it.
there are plenty of women in Hollywood who got Weinstein and they regret it, and I feel bad for them, and it shouldn't have happened to them. But you know what? I am a man whore, and for my career, I'll do what I got to do.
All right. Well, with that, I'm going to just drop the topics at that point. We've been talking about this for almost an hour.
We ran super long today.
Yeah, but it's all anticipation. We're keeping all the juicy stuff for episode 20. So, we're going ahead and tune out. Again, next week, episode 20 will be recorded. So you're going to see episode 20 about mid-October. But we are recording the IG live. It'll be posted. By the time you hear this, it'll probably be too late, right? Because we're backdated a week.
Right.
So this is kind of dumb. Just realizing that shit now. But again, please show love to the podcast. Follow us at all social media platforms at BP_2Dab. Stream the podcast basically everywhere but Pandora. Please show love to the show's affiliates, even though we're not getting paid for it. But we do want to show love.
Support the businesses that support us.
Even though we don't, we got the hate gene, we got that love gene too. So Elite Photos, the whole Elite Empire that's over there, Millions, Orlando. What else we got? And thank you for our special guest today. We appreciate you coming in and giving that female perspective. I mean, I've been dealing with his female perspective for the last 10 episodes, so it's a change.
I am a lot more professional than this podcast is. So I don't know. It'll be
a bad influence.
Nope, not at all. I'm here. I'm supporting. I want the viewers, the listeners, to know that it's going to be a little bit of a transition when they come from this to that.
I don't like the way you did this, and then like.
Well,
this is real,
we have to
but
understand that there's a separation between personal and professional atmospheres. None of us.
So you get me in the personal here, but it's a lot more professional over there.
We all have the Bruce Wayne
Batman,
the Bruce Wayne effect. We're two different people. At work we're professional, we're Bruce Wayne, and then at night we like to be Batman.
I'm Batman all the time.
Oh shit. Batman, hello.
All right, let's cut it.
All right, thank you guys for tuning in. And remember, episode 20, we're going to hit you with a peace.
Peace.